My lovely FreeMelons, thank you so much for joining me once again here on the FreeMelon Society. I'm Eli Martyr, and today I thought I would take the liberty of taking you shopping with me. I decided that I was going to videotape wheat products and bread products and even non-wheat products, cookies and cakes and crackers and whatnot, in the health food section of my local health store. And I wanted to do this just to point out a consistency amongst all of them. We all want to get healthier, and we feel that when we go to the organic section of the store, as long as we see the word organic on the package and we see a couple of the ingredients are organic, we think that we're being healthy and eating them. And it's really not the case, okay? Even all of these organic products, they're highly refined, highly processed. Nothing could be more unnatural than eating these things, right? So they are not the ideal in nutrition. Yeah, you can eat them, but when you are dealing with the absolute best type of nourishing, cleansing, and natural diet that is meant for the human body, you do not want to be eating these things. So with all of these baked goods and baked products and wheats and cakes and cookies and crackers and whatnot, what's the common denominator? What is a common denominator in all of them? Okay, well, why don't I show you? Okay, so we've got, look, avocado crisps. Avocado, right? What could be healthier? Avocado crisps. Now, of course, because you need to make a product out of these, you need to add all sorts of ridiculous ingredients to them. But what do we see over here? Sea salt. Interesting. Okay. Amongst a whole bunch of other nonsense, vinegar, fermented products, yada, yada, yada. Okay, so let's try another one. Okay, granola bars, all right? What do we got over here? Okay, you know, the generic mix of ingredients. Oh, we've got salt. Regular salt, okay? Oh, and not only do we have added salt, but we also have added sea salt. What on earth could that mean? Why have they listed salt twice? We got kale chips, all right? What about kale chips? Kale chips are healthy. So we turn it around and we see sea salt once again. Interesting. What about sweet potato crackers? Sweet potatoes are healthy, right? I mean, it should be fine if I just have sweet potato crackers. It's in the organic section, right? Well, let's take a look. Okay, not too many ingredients. Yeah, pretty good. Ooh, yellow corn. Okay, not too many ingredients. Yeah, looking good. What's this? Sea salt. Again. What is with all this salt in all of these foods? Ezekiel bread. Oh my god. The paragon of healthy breads. Or so we're told. Okay, well, what's in Ezekiel bread? Oh, looks like we've got the word organic showing up a bunch of times here, right? What, you know, gotta be healthy. Well, when you're mixing 50 different seed grasses all together in one huge flour pulp and then baking the hell out of them, if you think you're eating food, you know, you're wrong. But here it is again. Here is the sea salt business. What is with all of the sea salt in all of these products? It doesn't matter what product you find in the store. If it's a wheat product, if it has anything to do with wheat, it will always have sea salt. Even if it doesn't have wheat, any type of baked good, you're almost guaranteed to run into this sea salt business. So I can just pick up any one of these at random. And as sure as it is that Monday follows Sunday, you will find sea salt without fail. I even took a look at these pizzas, these frozen pizzas, you know? Oh, organic frozen pizzas, vegan frozen pizzas. Oh, God, so good for me. Well, I mean, look at the ridiculous amounts of ingredients you need to put together in order to come up with a vegan pizza. Right? This is not healthy. This is not food. And ignoring all of the other poisons on here, you have, again, yeast and salt. Without fail, this salt business. Chocolate-covered cookie, coconut bites, whatever. Oh god, so healthy, so vegan. Oh, it's so good for me. No. Salt. Once again. Amongst all the other things, organic chocolate, liquor, you know, oil, you know, whatever. What about vegan oatmeal? Oh my god, so healthy! Vegan oatmeal! Oh, all these wonderful ingredients! Oh, these are just gonna clean me right out. I'm gonna be so healthy. Oh, no, you're not. No, you are not. What is this? Please, Lord, please tell me there's no salt in my oatmeal coconut cookies. I want to be healthy and salt. God. Now, of course, for the purpose of this video, I am completely ignoring all of the other absurd ingredients that you saw in many of these products. I'm just totally ignoring all of them. Pretend that somehow all of those ingredients in one product are healthy to eat. Let's just assume, okay? And I just want to point your attention to the common denominator in all of these things, the sea salt. Why sea salt? If you have not seen my lecture on salt, this is a prerequisite to this video. You must go and watch my lecture on salt, on how healthy salts, no matter how healthy they are claimed to be, are all bad for you. They are not meant for human consumption. You must watch that video before this makes any kind of sense to you. If it's a bread product that you're buying, then it's got to have some sort of yeast and it's got to have some sort of salt. Okay? Yeast, for one thing, are bacteria that you do not need to be eating. Your gut and your body produces and grows its own bacteria in accord with what you're eating in a completely natural, harmonious, and balanced way. You do not need to be going and taking these man-made, contrived yeast formulas and taking them into your body, thinking that you're adding to your healthy gut culture bacteria. No, just eat the fruits, eat the vegetables. Your body takes care of all of the bacterial growths that are necessary, okay? You don't need companies to do this for you. This is nutritional nonsense. Yeasts are products of decay in nature. You only find them where things are decomposing. You don't need to be eating them in the industrialized form. Salt, as we know from watching the lecture, is an inorganic mineral. The reason why it's used so often in bread products is because without the salt, you would not have the consistency of the bread to give us the texture that we associate with a good bread. So we find it a necessity to use in our bread baking process. Salt is an agent of dehydration, so it pulls hydration out of the material that it's in so that it doesn't oxidize as readily and it lasts longer on the shelf. When you add salt to a bread product, it oxidizes less readily, so it just lasts for a little bit longer. Right? When you ferment pickles or when you ferment cabbage or whatnot, what do? You add salt. So whenever you're eating inorganic salt, essentially what you are doing is you are pickling yourself, pickling your tissues from the inside out. Now, of course, the argument I'll get against this is, well, the salt is only, a finite amount of salt that they add into the dough. So it's not really doing you too much harm. Well, there's a problem with that. And the problem is that even in small amounts, the question is, do you want to be adding poison to your food, even in small amounts, right? The answer should be no. Devoid the absurd amount of processing that's necessary before bread gets to your plate. Humans wouldn't go near the seeds of grasses and attempt to eat them. It's just a disgusting food. You would never consider these things a viable source of nutrition. But sure, when you start screwing with your food and doing all of these insane human things that we do to it, well, yeah, now you need to start coming up with all of these ingenious chemical concoctions and food additives and ingredients to mix together and blend and play with so that you can sell them and so they're stable over time and shit. You need to do all of these things so that you can eat it. And as much as the salt is in small quantities in each particular batch of bread, if you keep eating it year after year after day after day after day after day after day after what, you think this stuff doesn't build up? Especially with the way that most people eat. Most people are never in a state of detoxification throughout their lives, right? They're always eating. You are always eating. And unless your body is every once in a while, or more often than not, put into detox mode, you will never be purging these inorganic salts from your system, and thus they will accrue over and over and over and over until you are sick and you will have no idea what to attribute your sickness to, and you'll continue to buy ridiculous foods from the organic section thinking that you're being healthy, and you are not. You'll also notice that in a lot of the products that I showed you, the salt isn't labeled Himalayan salt or organic salt. It's a lot of it is just salt or sea salt. Now, if you think that these companies are using a pure form of salt in their ingredients, you've got another thing coming. They're using the cheapest type of salt they can possibly get their hands on. They're using white crystal salt, unless otherwise specified, which, as you saw, was very rarely otherwise specified. So it means they're using white salt. Dead, inert, inorganic, the worst of the worst type of salt in these products, okay? Not that Himalayan salt or any other inorganic salt is good for you, but they're using the worst kinds of salts in these organic products, okay? So anyway, none of these products you should be eating. Can you eat these things if you want? Yeah, sure. If you want to, you may go ahead and eat them. Yes. You know, if it's an occasional thing, sure, go ahead, right? If it's a more than occasional thing, well, you know, I try as best as I can to give the most ideal types of nutrition. And this is far from ideal. Clean up your diet. The more often you can eat of only natural fruits, high water content fruits, which should make up the majority of the diet, supplemented if desired by leafy green vegetables and nuts. If you eat like that, you are going to live a much healthier and more fulfilling life. Thank you so much for joining me here on the FreeMelon Society. Once again, guys, make sure to subscribe to this channel. Make sure to share videos like these to anyone who is looking for health advice and looking for wellness and dietary advice. If we can help them, then we will together. But for now, that's it. I will see you next time on the FreeMelon Society.